Hello. Before I start, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Mai. I go by Sketchbook Canopy on YouTube. I like drawing and painting, and I am hoping that I can start making money with my art. Some people told me you should share your art online, so this is a little corner on YouTube. I share my art. Now let's start the tour. The first page, this letter, I did it in the last sketchbook and then I brought it over to this sketchbook and reuse it. And this first page, it was empty quite a while, so I drew some chicken on the watercolor paper and painted it with the watercolor and pasted it with the washi tape. I was really into figure drawing mode, and this figure drawing mode continued. During this time, I discovered my way of practicing a figure drawing and tried to think about poses in my head. This exercise, you get the figure drawing pose from anywhere on the internet. So you have these people who's posing for you on the picture. It's not moving around. And the first pose is your model pose, and try to draw this pose from all this other perspective, like front, back, right side and left side. And this page, most of them came from Pinterest picture. It was like a little bit break time from figure drawing and more figure drawings. I haven't done this exercise quite a while, but I think I should. And this page, I drew how I feel about, selling my art online or anywhere else. So I drew these process in a little bit of a comic panel. I've never done this before, so it was quite tricky. And next page, I came back to the figure drawing exercise. And this page, some people asked me how I draw faces. I wasn't sure about if they're asking detail or if they wanted to hear short version like a TLDR. So I did both on this YouTube channel. And again, the figure drawings exercises. I was quite obsessed, I guess. And this page, I tried to learn how to draw foliage. Well, it was quite difficult. And this one is like a little bit life drawing, and the mic I use that is on my desk. This drawing is like a turn off my brain and you just sit and just draw. We watched the Vampire Kiss and then we were talking about the Nicolas Cage character saying, I never misfiled anything, not once, not one time, this quote. So it's just like trying to draw that scene. And next page is just a drawing, but I challenged myself to not do the pencil sketch. It's quite tricky, isn't it? This page is about the Hunter x Hunter alphabet translations. So I watched Long Legs, which is a horror movie. My partner loves horror movies, so we watch horror movie a lot often. At this point, I'm kind of used to it. In this movie, Nicolas Cage looked completely different. My partner hardly noticed it was Nicolas Cage. It was kind of funny. But yeah, so I just drew this movie. Next, we watched a movie called Arcane. This one is also Nicolas Cage. By the way, I always work with references. These are not really imagination drawings. I didn't really do well in this boy's eye. But sometimes, we make mistakes and that's okay. Next, we watched When Evil Lurks. It's an Argentina movie. Around this time, I started to challenge myself or getting out of comfort zone. I usually draw only face. I needed to draw more bodies and hands and postures. Next, it's just doodle. I doodle. This is also a little doodle page. I had a trouble with the fountain pen. It's not flowing so well, so this is how I end up always, and I usually use these pages for like memo or notes. This is just a swatching page for mixing inks. I tried to mix my own inks using the inks I have, and in this page I wanted to make a little bit dusky pink. So I watched a movie called Carry On, and I used this opportunity to use this ink that I made in the last page, the dusky pink. And I like drawing faces, so it doesn't really bother me. I have to draw same thing over and over again if I didn't do it right. This page, I watched a movie called Substance. Again, horror movie. This is more like a body dysmorphia. This sketch, I tried to be a little bit looser by more smudging. The next page, this is just a hand drawing exercise or practice. I watched a movie called Pig. Again, Nicolas Cage movie. It was quite good movie. And next, on this page, I watched a movie called Emily the Criminal. Have you ever guys seen the short clip of this scene that Emily is saying like, if you want to tell me what to do, put me on a payroll? And this movie kind of made me sad because Emily is an artist in the movie. And she had a student loan that she had to pay, but she wasn't working as an artist or any creative career. She was working as like some kind of food delivery or catering company. And I think this relate a lot. Many people who went to art school and didn't get any chance to work in a creative field. So yeah, this movie kind of made me sad in this context. And the first sketch, I wasn't really happy about this how this face came out. So I did this pencil sketch in a loose sheet of paper. This is grocery paper. I use grocery paper to anything. And this page is just a doodle. And this year, I believe snake year in Chinese zodiac. And this page, just drawing a hand. Practicing drawing hands. This page, I drew some characters from Ocean's 8. I like this Liana drawing, how it came out. And I tried to be a little bit looser in this drawing. On this page, I think I tried to recharge my highlighter. I needed to create green ink, so I used my Diamine Sunshine Yellow and Ordinal to make a green. And this is just the Harry Potter doodles. The next page is also Harry Potter doodles. I haven't drawn any Harry Potter, although I like them. I have watched many times. Sometimes it's good to draw from old movies that I watched. I quite like this page. Next page, it's also a kind of doodles. This is my imagination drawings, I guess. This is a little bit comic panel style. What I had in a day, like a scene from my one day. Usually I start with a cup of tea in the morning, and beginning of this year I went to my friend's place to spend New Year Eve, and we had this tomahawk steak. I babysit dogs, so sometimes it's just neighbors or my partner's sister's dogs. And this one is just a drawing from Pinterest. I tried to be a little bit like realistic, or not really realistic, but it's more like a three-dimensional looking. And in this page, I tried to draw pastries that I like. I don't know the pronunciation, but it's usually called cannules or something like that. And this is a taiyaki drawing, which is a Japanese, kind of like a snack. I tried to draw some bean or paste texture just to practice. Just a drawing or doodle from, I think I saw it on YouTube or something. I need to write down more sources, but I forget. Next page, I watched a movie called The Fall. Next page, we watched The Dead Don't Die. Next, I watched the Nosferatu, Lily Depp Bill Skarsgård. It was quite shocking movie, I think. And next, we watched a movie called 65. I think this implies 65 million years ago. In this page, I wrote it down for reasons I love Diamine ink. And this page looks quite undone, but I tried to write down how much I love it in these spaces. But this writing tells the story itself, don't they? I thought it's obvious, so I wasn't sure. Next, we watched the Little Bone Lodge. So I've been using this Cerise Diamond ink, and at this point I kind of felt like I could use just lead pencils to mimic a little bit the smudging effect. Next page, it was February 9th, it says. The honey scandals that many YouTubers was scammed. Markiplier was really, at that time you could say, paranoid about how honey is working for YouTubers. He was really right about the honey. And then I watched this Markiplier talking about how much it's so suspicious, and I just drew it. It was like a little bit fun watching these face emotions. Next page is just figure drawing. This page it says February 14th. I have ordered calligraphy pen, like a dipping pen to draw with, and this is a little bit exercise or just a little bit practicing using it. I did a little bit of drawings. Next page, or this like a paper. This is a Japanese calligraphy rice paper. They usually use for calligraphy with a brush with the India ink, and I wanted to experiment how it would look with the ink that I have, and it smudges a lot. I dropped the one droplet. It split like a 1 centimeter wide more, and this paper has like a in front it's very smooth and a little bit slippery. The back side is matte finish and a little bit rough, like a little texture to it. I've got into like a very masculine women fantasizing mode, admiring mode. And next page we watched Being John Malkovich. This is like a very old movie, like 90s. In this page I did a little experiment. The first drawing I wanted to draw with hatching and a little bit of darker patches. Also the second one too. But in this other page I wanted to use this water brush with the ink filled with the sunshine yellow Diamine ink, and it created green. I knew it's gonna be a green one, but is it okay as a drawing? Like green people is not really great, is it? I don't know. We watched the Squid Game, the first season, finally. So I drew some characters from Squid Game. And in this page, I wanted to challenge myself to draw whole bodies, or, including shoulders, possibly going to legs. So in the next page, I tried to draw, same, like a more whole body, legs and shoulders, arms, hands. In this page, I colored the characters I liked, and I didn't color the characters I didn't like. So there's a reason to it. And since this is drawn by Diamine ink, water soluble ink, I decided to go for color pencils, because if I use a little bit water, it's gonna ruin the drawing. Next page, a little bit of doodle, a little bit break from your faces, and I drew some phantom jellyfish, whale shark. I think I took a little bit break between these pages, and I watched the movie called Don't Look Up, the Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. Also drew this with the Diamine ink, so I used the color pencil. I kind of like it. The next page is a figure drawing, and in this page I did some YouTube content, how I draw faces step by step tutorial thingy, if anybody's interested in. But this one is from a movie called Amadeus. It's quite old movie. Is it 80s? I don't know. Next page, I wanted to draw a little bit freely without any pressure drawing faces, so I drew some interesting creature. And next page is try to sketch something that I wanted to use my personal project. Next page, we watched the movie called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And in this page, I wanted to experiment with ink and salt. So I spread the ink and then sprinkled some salt. So these marks, like a little bit dots, are the salt marks. I kind of like this page, how it came out. Next page, this left side page, I wanted to use for my personal project. And next page, we watched Arcane at this point, the season 2, and these are my favorite characters. First, Loris, Sevika, and Ambessa Meldalda. I liked these 3 characters because they stand firm for what they want. Ambessa is like more like a power, political hungry, but Sevika is, she just wanted to make her place better. And Lolis, he always stood by his friend. And these, not really the political and the power hungry, but how they stand firm is, I think, what I really need or what I'm really lacking at the moment. And this is a little bit of a watercolor work from Arcane scene. The calm before storm. It's really undone, but the reason it's undone is paper. This paper started to a little bit give up, but it's pretty much finished. It just needs a little bit 2 or 3 more layer. Next, figure drawing practice. And next, it's April 1st, the day I started the Plain Air April Challenge. And April 2nd, I reached 200 sub. So I drew this billboard with 200 number. And next page, me and my partner, we went to friend's place to have some nice weekend, I think. So I drew my friends watching TV, I don't know, paying attention to phone, something like that. I had to draw these pretty quickly. It was challenging. And when I came back from a friend's place, I continued drawing Hobbit scenes. This is another billboard, and Gandalf, and what was his name? Is his name Radagast? In this page, I tried to study the composition from Hobbit movie, how they place some shapes or how they place humans or characters. And this page is study from Asteroid City, the Wes Anderson movie. I tried to study some composition and found out like in a wide shot they use a lot of shapes or lines, like try to control where they look at, like audience look at. And I also tried to study the color scheme from this movie. They usually use like a yellowish color somewhere, like a skin tone or hair or landscape. There's always yellowish color. And something I noticed, the shadow, they use purple. So it's kind of like a complement color and draw attention all the time, I guess. Next page. This is a watercolor sketch from some other movie or series. This is Breaking Bad, I think. I haven't watched Breaking Bad, but this face kind of drew me to paint. And next page, this page is the scene from Devil Wears Prada, the Emily Blunt. Next page is just a little bit examples page, and this is before Last of Us season 2 came out. So I was kind of like hyped for the Last of Us season 2. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard a reputation or rumors that it's kind of bad, but I need to see it with my own eyes. And next page is, what was the creature from Last of Us? Clicker. I had the reference photo of this clicker, but once I kind of like established this facial line and a little bit of a big shape, I just turned off my brain and then just scribbled. It was really, really nice time to draw, I think. I mean, like turning off my brain and then just scribbling is just nice. And I drew, what's his name? It's like a Pedro Pascal's character name. Is it Joel? Yeah, Joel, Pedro Pascal too, but it doesn't really look like Pedro Pascal. This is a drawing with the dip pen. We started watching The Boys from Amazon Prime. So yeah, this is a Carl Urban, Billy Butcher. It's got a quite interesting nose, so I wanted to draw that. Do you know the memes about the democracy manifest? My partner started talking about it. This is democracy manifest. I kind of wanted to draw with a comic style. Next page. This is just the observational drawing. And my partner showed me this stand-up comedy guy, Jeff Arguley, and I quite had fun watching his stand-up show. So yeah, I just drew him. And in this page, I heard Bibi No Money. I heard that he commissioned artists to, include it in his music video. It's really great if, other artists do it for the other artists. Last year I watched Interstellar and I really loved it, but I haven't drawn any Interstellar characters, so I wanted to draw. And Interstellar is quite emotional movie, so I wanted to capture emotions too, not only the likeness. So I tried to paint with watercolor in this page. So I used my micron pen, permanent ink marker. This is a scene that Matthew McConaughey is leaving and it's also crying. But this drawing looks a little bit like a nanoseconds before he's gonna sneeze. I don't really think I did the justice with this drawing. So I wanted to practice more. Yes. And next page I did this like more facial drawings, facial expression practice drawings. The aim is to also capture the likeness too. And this is the last page. In the last page I was imagining that I'm gonna do my self-portrait and then end with epic drawing, and that kept me pressured to start drawing. So I decided no, just do what you wanna do. End it with a little bit casual drawing. And let's see what's in the pocket. I like to keep a lot of like a piece of loose sheet, and this is a little bit test how it works. My ink or watercolor, and this is just a sleeve from this sketchbook. It's a note for my personal project. And some bills or receipt, I think, that I ordered online. And these papers, I started to draw figure drawings with the grocery paper bag sheet. So I tear apart this grocery bag and make it to the loose sheet of paper, and draw it. If you made this far, I hope you press the like button to help me get discovered on YouTube. And I still have a goal to reach 500 subs, so subbing is always appreciated. See you in the next video. Bye!